before countries had borders, before flags, presidents, or passports, there was power. And with power came profit. But one tool would rise to define kingdoms, crash empires, and spark global conflicts. A tool so old it predates money itself. We're talking about something you probably hate every time you shop or travel. The tariff? Yes, a tax. But not just any tax. This was the world's first tariff. And it changed the world in ways you've never imagined. Let's rewind time, way back to 2000 BCE. We're in Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization. Picture endless deserts, river-fed cities, and dusty caravans moving like ants across ancient trade routes. Goods flowed in from every direction. Copper from Oman, timber from the Levant, lapis lazuli from what is now Afghanistan. And at the heart of this network sat the city-state of Lagash, one of the earliest to do something radical. They taxed goods brought in through their gates. Boom! The first known trade tariff was born. Etched into cuneiform tablets, our ancient equivalent of receipts, the government recorded taxes on imports like grain, wool, and pottery. But here's the twist. They didn't use coins. They collected payment in kind, grain, livestock, labor. Imagine paying customs by giving away your cow. This wasn't just bureaucracy. It was control. And Lagash understood it before anyone else. So, why did they invent tariffs? Simple answer: power, protection, and profit. Want to weaken a rival city? Raise the tax on their goods. Need to fund a war or build a new temple? Charge foreign traders more at the gates. It was genius. And it worked. Other empires saw it and copied it. From the towering pyramids of ancient Egypt to the marble columns of Athens, leaders realized tariffs could fund projects, discourage foreign influence, and strengthen local economies. Tariffs weren't just financial tools. They were weapons. And the battlefield? The marketplace. Now let's journey east to ancient China under the Zhou dynasty around 700 BCE. Here, tariffs became something more. A system. Documents from the period show that border tolls were standardized. Merchants had to get official permits. Goods were checked. Taxes were recorded. Sound familiar? It's the foundation of modern customs. And it wasn't just about revenue. It was about controlling who got in, what they brought, and how much power they held. China's tariffs helped protect trade routes like the Silk Road and maintained economic dominance for centuries. Next stop, Rome. The Roman Empire, master builders of roads, cities, and tax systems. They imposed the porteria, a customs tax charged at city gates, ports, and province borders. You brought goods into Rome. You paid up. Even Julius Caesar played with tariff laws, reducing them to win favor with the public. But here's where it gets wild. Rome privatized tariff collection. They sold the right to collect taxes to private companies called publicani. And just like today's shady contractors, corruption ran rampant. Imagine being taxed at one border, bribed at the next, and robbed by officials at the third. Still, Rome thrived because tariffs funded their legions, their conquests, and their legacy. Tariffs didn't fade with the fall of empires. They evolved. In 1789, the very first law passed by the United States Congress was, you guessed it, a tariff. Even before the Bill of Rights, the U.S. wanted revenue and protection from British imports. Throughout history, tariffs sparked revolutions and rewrote maps. The Boston Tea Party, that wasn't about tea. It was about taxes and tariffs. The Opium Wars between Britain and China. Trade tariffs gone wrong. And today, the U.S. China trade war, Brexit border issues, WTO disputes. They all trace their roots back to one idea. Control the gate. Control the goods. Control the world. So the next time you see a small customs fee on your package from overseas, or politicians fighting over trade deals, just remember, it all began thousands of years ago in the deserts of ancient Mesopotamia. A tax that wasn't just about money, it was about power. And it changed the course of human history. This was the story of the world's first tariff. And if you think that was wild, just wait till you hear what the first lawsuit in history was about. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What's a modern thing you hate that might have started thousands of years ago? Subscribe for more mind-blowing history on the world's first.